All right. I am so excited to do this live. I'm actually going to pop on early. We have so many cool things to discuss and to reflect upon. Um, Last Monday was the first day of the Art Deco Portrait Mixed Media Workshop, and we have had hundreds of people participate. And I just want to say that I have had the most fun time during this whole workshop. I've been so busy. Today I finally was able to sit down and really comb through the Facebook group and see everybody's amazing pieces. I know some people struggled. I know some people didn't. I know some people discovered new things about their art supplies. I know people brought out art supplies they haven't used in a long time and found like I gave them a second life, and it really ran the whole gamut. But the thing that I was most excited about was how many cool variations they were. Like, no, even though everyone was doing the same project, really no two pieces looked alike, and that is really exciting. I know a lot of people struggle with finding their style, but what you probably don't realize is that you already have a style, kind of whether you know it or whether you like it or not, or whether you know it or not. When you do a few pieces in a row, you'll start to discover that what your style looks like. And you really do have one, because everybody's touch is different, and everybody's brush strokes are different, and everybody's ability to copy is different, and that's not good or bad. That's just different. Everybody uses different pressure when they're applying their art supplies, and all those little teeny tiny differences is what makes your style different from anyone else's style. So it was really exciting to see that. So now I just had to start with that. Good job, you guys. I know this is a really advanced project, and a lot of people were completely new to mixed media, and I just hope that you're really truly proud of yourself for trying something new, getting out of your comfort zone, joining this great big group that you've never known anything about before. Just job well done, you guys. I hope you feel really proud of yourselves, because I am really proud and I'm very impressed. There's a lot of perseverance going on. Some people were having some temper tantrums, but I get it. I've been in a place where my art wasn't perfect, and it's hard to get over, but I really do encourage you to try your best, because this is just for fun, guys. This is just for fun. So I'm going to go say hello to people now that I've been on my soapbox. And I have a very special guest joining us in 15 minutes, by the way. So stay tuned for that. Oh, and there she is. I see her in the comments. So now I'm going to say hello. Hello, Beth. Sandy Reed, with always your amazing, lovely comments. Robin, hello, Yvette. I'll see you in a moment. Tara Salento, hi, my friend. You totally rock. Sherry, so good to see you. You're sitting on your porch. Oh, you know what? I should open my window. It's gorgeous outside. Lisbeth, what is going on, my friend? Barbie, Maria, Sandra, hello. Rose is here. Lori, Vicky, Kalana, hello, my friend. Leona's here. Maria, one of our winners. Now I recognize all the winners with your profile pictures. I'm like, I recognize that butterfly. I hope you're enjoying or will be enjoying your giveaway prize. Rose, it's so nice to see you. It's okay if you haven't finished yet. That's not a race. You're good, my friend. And hello, Sydney, Carolyn, Sherry. Bryony, I wish you'd tell me if I'm saying that right. I feel like I'm saying it wrong every single time. Oh my gosh. Yes, Tara, you guys need to see her beautiful face in there. Hi, Maggie. Maggie just butted in on the conversation as she does. Hi, Poopy. Hi, my little poop. How are you? Are you a good girl? Are you a good girl? You want to come say hi. Come on. Yes, Maggie's here. Mwah. Maggie likes to come up on my lap, and then she tries to take. You say hi? You say hi to the friends? It's the first time you said hi all week. It's so nice to see you. You want to go in your computer? Hello? Hi, you good girl. Okay, I can't play with you right now. I can't play with you. She's going to get mad at me in a minute. I can't play with you, Maggie. She's like, yeah, but you should be playing with me. Oh, yes, Stinky. You need your bed? Oh boy. Hey, Max. Okay, never mind. That's all I need you to say. All right. Sorry, Maggie. Maggie's a little bit of a toddler. Sometimes she's not to be refused attention. Oh, so fun. All right. Oh, good for you, Wendy. I was going to say that's super exciting. I'm glad your name is in there so I know who you are. That's awesome. Wendy Cole is you're in all three groups, right, girl? Are you in the Wonder Bundle? I know you're in at least two. Amazing artist. Hi, thank you, Billy. Maggie keeps bursting in. Deb's here. Hi, Deb. Oh, Pam, you have alpacas? Or we need to unpack that for a minute. I need to draw an alpaca someday. Speaking of I need to draw things someday. Oh, Linda Levin, look what I made for you. I made your boobie. I made your familiar. I uploaded I have a long stand joke with Linda Levin because she's been waiting for me to do this project forever and ever. We had a whole animals season in the Mixed Media Society and the drawing club, and I didn't do her animal. So ever since then, I've been owing her one. I put the reference photo onto the hoodie design, and then I was like, I can't use someone else's. So I drew my own. Thank you very much. So I wouldn't be violating any copyright rules. So now I have my own boobie, and I'm going to put it wherever I want to because now it's mine. So this is going to be showing up on a hoodie near you. Stay tuned. But yeah, Linda, this one's for you, my friend. Long overdue, like months overdue. But I literally did. I was like scrambling. I was rushing so bad. I did the worst job. And then I had to do a whole nother one. I was like, all right, Karen, calm down. It's not 2:00 yet. Make the boobie and make it good. I will put it on Etsy. I absolutely will. I know I'm on like a hoodie designing tear. It's so funny. Oh, but I do need your advice. And then I'm going to do the giveaway, and then I'm going to have our special guest on. I was already designing that boobie sweatshirt, and I couldn't decide if I should say, and I've been struggling. I'm like, I'm just going to ask everybody and get your feedback. Should I say, because we were laughing because Linda was on with me when we were talking about the Celtic Collective. And if you don't know, the Celtic Collective is one of my 3 art clubs. And in that club, we do all things like fairy and fae and castles and dragons and witches. And so witches have familiars, which is like their animals that like do their bidding and kind of carry out some of their naughty work. And so Linda was saying she was gonna, the boobie was her familiar. And like spirit animal is another variation of that. Although familiar is much more, has a more sinister undertone to it. So should I say on the sweatshirt or hoodie or t-shirt, do I say like my boobie, my familiar, or like I love my boobie, or my boobie is my familiar? There's so many funny little variations, but I want to get it just right. So it's very funny. We could have an arrow to like one arrow to the boob, one arrow to the boobie, and be like, I love my boobies, or I don't know, something. But if anyone has a better way of saying that, I definitely don't feel like I've nailed down the sentiment of familiar. I could be like, I'm a witch, that my boobie is my familiar, or something like that. I need to work on it. But if you have suggestions on how to say that, I want to know for sure. I love my boobie. I know, right? Hilarious. My bunnin is my spirit animal. I don't know what my bunnin is. Paint your boobies. A familiar boobie. Oh, that's a good one too. I know, I need your ideas. Thank God you guys are all women. If I had men here, they'd be like, I am out. I do have male students though, but like less than a handful. Oh, life would not be complete without my boobie. Oh, are you familiar with my boobie? Are you looking at my boobie? Oh, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. I have to screenshot these so I don't remember. My familiar is a blue-footed boobie. Oh, this witch has a boobie for her familiar. Oh, that's a good one too. Oh, that's funny. Sherry's like that. All right, I'm screenshotting these. I'm screenshotting. I don't want to lose any of them. Oh, boobalicious. Let me turn my phone off. Oh, so funny. Are you looking at my boobie? I know, that's hilarious. Maybe we'll have two. We'll have one for the familiar one and one for just like flat out ridiculous. I'm just a booby witch. Oh, so fun. All right. Thanks for your feedback. I totally screenshot it. I get a lot of comments, so I got a whole bunch of them. That's so, so funny. So, movies make the best familiars. That's a good one too. I'm screenshotting. Have you met my boobie? Oh God, these are so funny. So good. All right. So shout out to everyone in the community who has been playing along this week. And I've been obsessed with the ease at which the hashtag makes everything. Like it makes finding everything so easy. It works so well. And by the way, that was Jeanette. Jeanette, are you here, my friend? That was all Jeanette's idea. In the past, we've ran these workshops and we have everybody post in the announcement section, and it is like a hot mess. And there's always like 20% of people who who the whole workshop can never figure out where that is. And it makes me feel so sad. And so the hashtag was such a great workaround for my baby. So Roseanne says, really? Like, are you looking at my boobie? Oh God, it's just so good. Deb wants me to let my boys choose the final boobie saying. They'd probably be like, Mom, you're so weird. Like, oh, you and your ladies are so weird. When we're recording our podcast and we're talking about like witches and fairies and poltergeists, my kids are like, they're speechless. They're like, you are the weirdest human on the planet. Oh, that's so cute. Bounce your boobies. That's an actual song. Stop staring at my boobie. I know. That's so good too. And yes, I only have one Facebook group because I've tried many times to have individual Facebook groups for the different clubs, and it's just such a nightmare. I can't be in 8 million. I literally go on Facebook, I come into the group and I get out. I don't like go on my timeline. I don't go into any other Facebook groups. Like this is the only place that I hang out. And I really like the ease of hanging out with everybody together. Back to the hashtags. So what I decided to do, because we've been having so much fun with all these giveaways or like random hoodie designs and all this stuff, is I decide I'm going to carry this into the clubs. And I'm actually really apologize to my club members because I don't know. It took me 3 years to think of this idea, but it all stemmed from the whole ease of the hashtag. So what we're going to do for all my club members, and if you're like, what clubs? I have 3 art clubs. They're all at awesomeartschool.com, and they open 3 times a year. They're open this week, and they're open until Sunday, midnight Eastern time. So if you would like to join, you're all invited. Come on over and join up. So what we're going to do is we are going to have monthly giveaways, and all you have to do to enter is when you're posting on Facebook, which you're doing anyways, just put the hashtag name of the club. So so everyone gets to be involved. So if you're in the Wonder Bundle, and if you're like, what the heck is she talking about? Wonder Bundle is when you buy 2, you get the 3rd for free. So a lot of people have the Wonder Bundle because it gets them into everything, but you only pay for 2. So so even if you're in the Wonder Bundle and say you're doing a lesson from the Fun Fab Drawing Club, just put, here's my work, and then just hashtag Fun Fab Drawing Club. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to do a giveaway for every single club. So I'll do one for Drawing Club, one for Mixed Media Society, and one for Celtic Collective. And we'll do it every single month because they're already posting your work anyways. And that's actually also doubly helpful because it helps other people who are in the clubs know where to go to get the lesson. Because I know a lot of people are like, wait, because when you sign up to the Wonder Bundle, I think you have 54 classrooms. 54 classrooms. That's a lot of classrooms. And so it's really helpful for the other club members to know where you did that. And then they can also be like, oh, I'm in the drawing club too. What classroom was that in? And then you can tell them. So it just helps. But it's super easy. That way you don't have to be like, oh, it was drawing club, stage 4, fairy, blah, 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 blah. You can just hashtag the name of the club. How does that sound to you guys? Does that sound good? And we'll just do them every month, like every single month. That's so fun. I'm just really excited. And again, I'm sorry just doing this now, and I think I might actually let you guys choose. Like you can choose a book or a hoodie or a t-shirt, or we can do like Amazon gift cards, just like what we've been doing all week. And you can also go back and like you can edit your posts too. If you forget, you can go back and add. And it's also cool because you can actually enter as many times as you want to. So that's pretty cool. So, all right. Does that sound good with everyone? I hope everyone is cool with more things to get. All right. I'm 4 minutes. I am bringing out a special guest. So before I do, I'm going to give away. I picked 2 people at random who and I did it through yesterday since today is just the varnish layer. Everything up until now has just been finished. So this will be our last day of giveaways. But to finish up with a bang, I'm going to be gifting the following 2 people 3 months free of the Wonder Bundle. So you can have everything. Just makes me happy. Just give you everything. And if you've already the winners are Robin DeBusk and Linda Russell. And if you've already perhaps joined one or you're already in them, then I will give you a refund for the amount of the 3 months if you've already signed up. And if not, you can get your 3 months starting today. Hooray. 3 months, Wonder Bundle. I have to write these things down because I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, what did I say? Sorry. I'm sorry. Deep down, I swear all the time. So sometimes I rein it in. Sometimes one slips out. I'm really, really, really sorry. All right. So to recap, a Wonder Bundle is when you get access to all the things. And someone was like, I know that you yay, look at all these congrats. I know, it's a big deal. It's really exciting. I was going to gift just the Mixed Media Society because we're really doing mixed media this week. But then I was like, well, maybe they like fairies and they'd be really secretly wanting to do the Celtic Collective. And now you can do all of it. Woohoo! Oh, yes. Thank you, Tara. Yeah, in the Art Deco workshop classroom, I have a recap. There's literally like a section that's just for replays and winners. And all of the winners' names are listed as well as the prize that they received. And I believe everyone so far has been granted and has been notified. Margot has been helping me with that, but I think everybody knows. Oh, Teresa, you're so kind. Oh, Teresa, your note was so kind. Thank you, Teresa Gatewood. I really appreciate your kind words. Awesome. You guys are the best. All right, look at that. It's 2:14. So Yvette is my special guest today. We've never spoken before face to face. And actually, that's another thing I really love about these workshop weeks is that we just get to hone in on a lot of our students. I had Bryn on last night. So Yvette, if you want to click that button and come and join me, you can totally do that now. I had Bryn on last night. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Bryn has been a Fun Fab Drawing Club member for 3 years, and she is an amazing artist. She's a moderator in the Facebook group. She's been around for a really long time, and she was talking about her story and her journey, and she's a lot like me in that she didn't start out knowing how to do anything. And so we're listening to her story was really fun. The replay for that is also in the Art Deco Club, the Art Deco workshop classroom. And that was a really cool. Here's Yvette. It was a really cool conversation. Here she comes. All right. I'm going to just add you, girlfriend. Buckle your seatbelt. You're coming on. Whoa.
Can you hear me okay?
I totally can.
Excellent.
Hi.
How are you?
I am so good, but I'm better now that you're here. It's more fun with friends.
Most definitely.
Oh my gosh. Yvette, thank you so much for agreeing to my spastic request to see if you would come on in.
Well, you're actually lucky because I don't do public speaking, but as it's you.
Okay. Well, it's just me. Yeah, we're just hanging out. And I don't even have any questions even prepared. I don't even know what I'm going to say anyway. So don't worry. Thank you, Max. My little dog keeper over there.
Oh.
So yeah, thanks. So it's 7:15 p.m. and you're in the UK, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's Saturday night. Are you having any wine or anything to relax?
No, I had a very bad experience with a 2-liter bottle of wine once. Can't touch the stuff.
Oh no, that's not good.
It's traumatized me for life.
All right, well, don't go there. Forget. I'm just having water. We can cheers to our waters instead.
I might have a cheeky cocktail. Cocktails are fine.
Oh, I'm all about that. Then yeah. And had I known, I would have grabbed one because it is Saturday, however. So now, Yvette, the reason that I asked you on was because, first of all, you're super active and you do a lot of posts. So I know you're like playing with me. You're playing along. You're not like a random someone I just picked out of a hat. You show up and post and, you know, you're interactive with the group. And you are a Wonder Bundle member, correct?
Yes.
Right? Just make sure I have everybody straight. But you're also, and also correct me if I'm wrong, because I only assumed this based on you bought one of the One Scott, One Knot tumblers.
I did.
And you posted it on Facebook and you said, now people will stop stealing my drinks at work. And were you wearing scrubs?
I was wearing scrubs, yes.
Okay. So the reason why I wanted to ask you on actually was because of that post. Because I'm like, here this girl is. She's wearing scrubs. She's working. She's not like sitting home twiddling her fingers doing art projects. Like she's working full time or at least working in an intensive job somewhere. So I wanted to have you on to kind of talk about like why you do art and what it kind of does for you and how do you work it in your busy schedule.
Okay. So in
or
terms
if you want to also back up and be like, if you were arts, I am always curious. Sorry, I need to interject a quick question. Were you like always creative or is this new? That's my other little.
Okay. So in terms of like where I was kind of come from, so when I was a kid, I was always like drawing art and stuff. And I think somebody had actually put in the Facebook group the other day, how did people get started? As a kid, my parents were quite strict and I wasn't allowed to go out and play with other children. So I had to kind of entertain myself. I'm an only child as well. And I was always like sat there, pen, pencil, whatever, painting, doing whatever. At school, we did a piece of work. What was it called now? Faces of Horror.
Oh.
Yeah, my art teacher was like on some next level completely.
Yes, she was.
And I can remember being inspired by sort of like Picasso and doing some like weird and wonderful like abstract-y kind of things. And my art teacher loved it and she like displayed it around the school and stuff. And unfortunately, my artwork got lost when I moved from my parents' house some years ago. And it's just like, no. However,
yeah.
No, but I'm thinking about recreating it actually. So watch the space, people, Faces of Horror.
Oh. I can't wait. I don't know what that means. And I'm slightly scared, but I'm excited.
And then sort of like from there, when I left school, I didn't do any art for years and years, went to university, did a science degree. And then basically my day job is I'm an anesthetic nurse or physician's assistant, as you guys have them over there. So last year I ruptured my calf at Thai boxing.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
I said a lot more than that when I did it.
Yeah. Yes. I would too. Oh my God.
However, I did finish the class. You finished the class.
And they're like, I'm out. You're a tough broad. So Linda was talking about like women are badass. Like that is exemplified right there.
Too right we are. But then again, my Thai boxing instructor was just sort of like, oh no, you'll be fine. It's just a sprain.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know. Anyway, and then like I was struggling to sleep as well. So I was like, what can I sort of do? So, you know, you fall down the rabbit hole that's YouTube on meditation and one thing and another. And Zentangle actually popped up. So I started off like just doing a bit of Zentangle. And then I came across another artist who was like, this is like different ways to sort of fill your sketchbook. So I just sort of like used it as a meditative thing at night. And then actually, where's my little sketchbook? So I came across you with
that was yes.
So this was my introduction to you.
Oh my gosh. Did you do the live one on Facebook or did you do the one that's free at Awesome Art School?
I think the replay was on YouTube.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yes, I live streamed it to YouTube actually. So that's probably popped up. Oh, fascinating. That's so interesting. Cool.
And then it was kind of like, oh, where's this woman taking me? I don't know where, but I'm enjoying the ride.
Oh, so fun. That's awesome.
So yeah, so even like when I'm at work as well, I'll just like sit there and like lunch breaks and things, I'll just like do little doodles and one thing and another as well. So that's how I kind of try and weave things in. And I always try and make time at the weekends, sort of like, even if it's just an hour, just to do something. Yeah.
And do you do it because it just relaxes you, or do you do it because you want to get better, or all of the above? Or like, what's your main why for like why you like to, I'm just interested in why people get creative.
Well, as I said, I think when I ruptured my calf last year, it was just sort of right. I need another sort of creative outlook. So I used to do a lot of dance as well before I ruptured my calf. Obviously, I couldn't do that either.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, so the art stuff's sort of like taken over from all that now. And I do want to get better. So when I was at school, I could never draw faces, never in my life. So literally, if I was drawing a person, it would just be an oval, and
and done. And I'm out.
Seriously, my art teacher was like, "Where's the rest of it?" I went, "I can't do it," and they never put it in like, because you put things in a really simplistic way. It's like, right, bam, bam, bam. This is how you need to do it to get it done, and that's what I like. But like I said, my art teacher just, I don't know, they just couldn't do it.
Too fancy, too fast. Yeah. That's so cool. I think a lot of people are like, do you teach anything other than faces? Like, why do you keep doing faces all the time? But I'm kind of like, I kind of start because they're the hardest too. So if you like start at the hardest, you know, and you have a lot of practice and you kind of slowly get better and work through the clubs and kind of work your way up. And then everything else is kind of cake after that too. So I feel like it makes everything else a little bit easier. Not that faces are like drawing perspective or like drawing animals, but I also feel like inside, if you can feel proud of yourself, because I think everybody feels like faces are the most difficult. I know I do.
Yeah, definitely. It's where I've struggled from day one.
Well, not anymore, because I've seen your profile picture, and you're in my hot dog packet. You're rocking your own styles and using your own mediums and stuff too. So that's super cool. So what did you major in college?
So I actually did a biochemistry degree.
Oh my God. Can't even talk to you right now. You're way too smart for me.
I'm just trying to balance like the artistic side with the scientific side because it's all about balance.
I love that. Well, that's when I saw your scrub picture. I'm like, oh, I need to talk to her. What is she doing? That she's also doing this. You know what I mean? Like it's just super cool that you've found a way to like weave that in. Do you have any goals to like make anything to sell your work or to, I don't know, like put it on your own tumblers and make your own stuff? Like, or you just do it just because you enjoy it?
Just purely because I enjoy it. I mean, I was showing a friend of mine at work and she was like, you should have an Etsy store, you should do this. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah. I'm just doing it because I feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why I do it too. That is so super cool. So how long have you been a Wonder Bundle member? That's actually a pretty new thing too. That only came about in the summer.
Yeah, so that was it
July,
June, July time, somewhere about there.
Yeah.
I mean, before that, I did join the Mixed Media Society. So I think after I did that like little owl, I started doing the 100 Fun 5 Faces project. Mm-hmm. And then I kept like, I think when you were doing like the lives on Friday, you kept sort of saying, oh yeah, it's going to open soon. And I'm like, let me in. I want to join. And then I was like, which one do I join? Because I can only afford one at the minute. It's like, what do I do? And then it was just sort of like, so I joined, like I said, joined the Mixed Media to begin with. And then when sort of all three came out, I thought, do you know what? I mean, I'm having way too much fun with all this. And it's like, I do want to improve my drawing skills as well. So I thought, do you know what? Let's just do it.
Let's do the whole gamut. Is there anyone? Well, I'm so glad you're here, by the way. And it's really been fun to see all the different things that you've been doing. And I know you were on the last Zoom call for the Celtic Collective. So I know you are doing lots of all the things. Do you have one? There's no wrong answer here, but which one's your kind of favorite? Are you enjoying any of one over the other? And there's no wrong, you know, I'm just purely curious. And maybe why? Maybe it's because of a one project or because of the theme or because just whatever series we're doing or whatever.
Okay. I think out of all the three clubs, I think the Mixed Media definitely does resonate. I think, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'll show you actually. So I'm doing a piece at the minute. So a really good friend of mine died some years ago and I'm sort of struggling to process what happened.
For your loss.
Yeah. But, this is what I've started doing.
Okay.
So,
some journaling.
Yeah. So like underneath all the paint is like all some song lyrics because I found a couple of CDs when I was clearing out that this person had given to me. So I've written all the song lyrics underneath, painted it on top. And when I first started this project, which is in another journal, I don't know where it is because I've literally just got all my stuff to spread all over the place.
Look, join the club. Yeah, you're not alone.
Basically, when I looked at it, I'm thinking, now this is just not working, and it's the problem solving aspect of it. It's like, right, okay, it's like I know I need to do like either a layer of collage or a layer of paint first, but how am I going to sort of like put the words underneath it? How am I better off doing that? Okay, now I've got that layer. How am I going to put the face on top? Where am I going to put it? Is that going to look right there? Like I said, there's a lot of
There's a lot
things
of
going on.
decision making.
There is, definitely.
Yeah, I find the same. I enjoy that same challenge with mixed media, and I find myself saying out loud, like, mixed media is equally about problem solving as it is about creating. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like important decisions to be to be made so that you keep out of trouble. You know what I mean? Like there's like a right order sometimes and a wrong order. So
exactly. So I mean, like this one's the other one that I'm currently doing. So sort of like inspired by your Mexican Day of the Dead one. So like I said, so I used to do Brazilian samba dancing, and I found a photo, and that was sort of like my face, how the woman had created it. And now I'm sort of like a little bit stuck because it's like, what do I do with the hair? Do I just do it in grey? Do I do it in red? Do I kind of leave it as it is? What am I going to put on there next?
Yes. Well, you can feel free to use that My Sugar Skull and that's a hamburger one as well. So you could actually, that's in the mixed media. That's in the what is it called? Mixed Media Magic Classroom, the long version. You could take a peek in there and just see if any of that resonates with you. But I love that that's becoming the clubs are becoming a springboard for your own art and taking what you learn and then going in your own directions, which is super exciting. And I saw a lot of that too when I was looking through all the art deco things this morning too. Was that some people just, went off in their own direction, and it's like so super cool. Like that's just icing on the cake in my brain, like how cool is that? They learned A and then they went and did Y, and it looks amazing, and it becomes springboards for other things. So.
Yeah, well, it's like you're always saying to us, take something and make it your own, and that's what everybody's done. And just to sort of echo what Karen said earlier, everybody should just be super proud of what they've done this week. Unfortunately, I've not been able to do it with you, but I've just like loved seeing everybody's work.
Yeah, really I totally agree. It's so neat. It's so neat. And then also when people have been doing a good job, not that it matters, but like of kind of explaining why they did something or why they took a direction, like something didn't go right. So then I did this and something, or I just wanted to do a blue background, or I wanted to do there's a really cool one with like a full martini glass. Someone is like smoking a cigarette, and it's just like, I would love to be in their brains while they're like, ooh, obviously they're like, oh, I'm going to do this. And just knowing that they're in there in the project and then getting inspired enough to change something is actually super cool. So I love it. Love it. I think it's so, so neat. My only other planned question I had in my head was, I know there's a lot of beginners who are afraid to, if like this project didn't go well and they're like, screw, like this is not meant to be. I am like, this was a disaster and I don't ever want to do this again. Or, they're like feeling silly that this is something they even want to pursue. Or do you have, being where you are now and like having already passed through that stage and going on to making stuff and really enjoying what you're making, do you have any, I don't know, just advice for someone who might be feeling insecure about where they are now, if they're not doing what they think is super awesome, or just, I don't know, do you have any words of advice that you would like to bestow? Because I just imagine when you get to a certain point, like had you stopped somewhere along the way, you wouldn't be here right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So in terms of the sugar skull that I've just shown you, that was actually something completely different.
Oh, really? Before?
And I was like, you know, I don't like this, so I'm just going to paint a black background.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking,
gesso in black is always a great way to turn around. Yeah.
Then I'm sat there and I'm like, what am I going to do with the black background?
Yeah, I love this. As Monica says, gesso. I know. Gesso is your friend. I know. Totally, Monica.
And then I just kind of sometimes actually walk away from projects and I think, right, okay, maybe I just need a rest from this, try something else, go back to like maybe the Zentangling, or just like try and follow one of your lessons a little bit more closely. And then it's like, okay, actually, this has now inspired me to then go back to my original piece. So what I would say to the beginners is just don't give up at all. Just keep going with something until you find it's like I say, you will get that little spark of inspiration. And then before you know it, you've got 5, 6, 7, 8 projects that you want to be doing.
Totally, totally. I could not agree more. I just remembered too, I totally forgot about this. I have a cheat sheet. As you know, I love to make cheat sheets. And I actually have a cheat sheet and it's called Fix It and Forget It. And it's for I should pass this out in the group or just post it in the group. But it is like, I think it's 7 ways that you can kind of start over. Like you can black gesso your whole page. Sometimes white gesso isn't enough of a coverage, but black gesso is like, it is totally opaque. So you can really eradicate to everything that you have. You could also start over with a collage layer from scratch too. Like do the whole thing over in collage like it never happened. You can also I've spray painted. I love spray paint because it's super cheap. It's like ridiculously cheap, and it's also the fastest thing ever. So you press a little nozzle and your canvas is obliterated. I've spray painted into art journals before, and that will just wipe away everything. But you're right. It's like, don't even waste the substrate. Like you can start over in actually a lot of different ways.
Exactly. I'm just trying to find, let me see. Because I think there was one.
I'm making a note. I saw your note, Angel. I will post that. Yeah. Fix it and forget it.
So I think it was this one that I did.
Oh gosh, yes. Beautiful. Look at your sunflowers. Oh my God.
So this went completely wrong from the beginning.
Is that a variation of your profile one from the Stabilo sisters? That looks like the Stabilo sister face almost.
Yes, it was. So I actually did this one before I did the Stabilo sister one.
Yep. Okay.
And like I say, the collage bit went wrong. And then I can remember doing the collage, letting it dry for a couple of days, and then went back to do the face. And then I think it was when I was doing all the gelato type stuff. And then I went to go and seal it, and everything was just smearing a little bit too much. And I'm sat here there, I'm thinking, what on earth am I going to do with this?
It happens. It does.
Exactly. So then I think all I just did was I just put a little bit of gesso around sort of like the outline of her face.
Yep.
And then it went back over with acrylics, and then just went and just not gessoed, gelatoed a little bit lighter. Yeah. And then went over it again. And then I just managed to cover up some bits with the sunflowers. Because I mean, you probably can't see it on camera, but there is like a little bit of like a brown sort of like glow around the face. But I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to work with it. She's got a little aura around her.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can read the comments. Can you see the comments on your screen? I think you can click comments on the upper right-hand side.
Yes.
And people are loving. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. That is really beautiful. Yeah. That's a great example of something going really wrong and then making just turning it around by just not stopping. You never know. And even if it doesn't work out, who cares? That, all right, you just turn the page, start over the next day. I always say no one was hurt in the making of this, whatever, right? Just have nothing to lose. The things that we should be stressing about are COVID and murders and natural disasters and horrible tragic accidents. But our projects are not on the murder list. Those are not something that we should be spending any time really sweating. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Shit happens, and then you just try to make it the best as you can.
Exactly. I mean, it's like you all say, "Oh well, too late now."
Oh my God, exactly. Oh, I forgot the too late now. That is so true. That happens every project. Oh well, too late now. That shit is done. Now where do we go from here? That's awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do you have anything else do you have any questions, or does anyone have any questions? Oh, can I put you on the hot seat?
Yeah, go for it.
Questions? All right. I just offer you up you have nothing else in your life. Everyone asks questions to Yvette. But if anyone does have any questions for myself or Yvette while she's hanging out still, now that she can read comments, just gesso. Yes.
Somebody's put, do I use straight paint or mixed colors for skin tones? I do a little bit of both actually, because I'm trying to be better at trying to mix. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get a bit better with trying to mix my own colors. So I will just take a base. I don't think I've got one here actually. So I might just take one of these as a base, and then I will just add white or mix, or either mix these two together or do whatever just to get the color that I want.
Yep.
But it is all just practice.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying things. That's a really great question. I'm glad you saw that because it was right at the top of my screen and I didn't see it. Your favorite word is shit. I know we are a swearing family. Like we all just swear. It's really bad. Oh, this is a great question. How do you manage 3 clubs in your time?
Oh, so I bounce around quite a lot. So it's just like if I'm gonna sort of like sit down and do a class, it's like, right, what am I feeling today? Can I be bothered to get my paints out? Yes or no. If I can't, then it's like, right, okay, so it's going to be drawing of some sort of description. And there is sort of like both drawing in, obviously, the drawing club and with the Celtic collective. And it's like, am I fancy or don't do a face or, and I just sort of like take it from there. Sometimes I've got like a little bowl and I've got like different projects and things in there and I'll literally just pull it out of a hat and then whatever comes up, I'll just kind of get on with it as well.
Stop it. You do? You literally pull it out of a hat? That's so cool. I haven't heard that before. Oh my God, I love that. I do find with the Wonder Bundle people, because I've been asking this question a lot because I know overwhelm is like real. And everybody says, I feel like people just do whatever they want. Like they, even though there are curriculums and orders set up in all 3 of the clubs, if you're a beginner and you don't know where to begin, there are places for you to go and follow. And I find that my Wonder Bundle people are like, whatever, we are going to the website and we are just picking random and this is what I'm doing today, which I love. I love that you have, you know, that there's both options. And I was really surprised when I asked and people told me that, because I was like, surely that would just, you know, I would assume everyone would like to order, but I guess we're all crazy artists and we just do whatever our spirit moves us to do. So I love that you have that. That's super cool.
Well, I think when I first started, especially sort of like with the drawing club, I definitely did sort of like things in order then, sort of like going from the sort of more whimsical to the kind of sort of like semi-realistic type stuff. I don't do realism because it's too stressful.
I know, I think so too. I totally think so as well.
Way too stressful. I mean, I was having to flick through sort of like my so I keep a drawing pad next to my bed at night, and this is probably about as close to realism as I'm gonna get. And I was getting so stressed, and I was just like, why am I getting stressed? It's a piece of paper and a pencil. This is like, what is this? It's like, this is supposed to be fun.
I feel ditto to every word that just came out of your mouth. I feel the same thing. I'm always like, I can do realism, but why I don't like to, because it's so stressful, you know. And it's cool to because you can, but yeah, I agree. And I feel bad I know a lot of people like to jump there. You know, they're brand new and then that's just where they want to go. But I do think it's way easier to not start there and to go through those 6 stages classrooms, because it really, going from whimsical to realism makes it so much easier. So much easier.
It does definitely, because there's no way that I could have gone to that without sort of starting at the beginning with the sort of like alcohol marker series that you did. So I mean, this isn't this is one of the first ones that I did from that series.
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, there's no way, because it's like getting things into proportion. And like I said, me being at school, it was literally just an oval.
Yeah.
Putting things in when you don't know where exactly they're supposed to go, you're just gonna get you stressed out even more.
I know. I'm always surprised by, sometimes I'll be on YouTube or on Pinterest or whatever, and I'll see someone is clearly doing like a face drawing project, and they'll do like one eye to 100% completion, and then the whole rest of the face isn't even started yet, and I'm like, like how? That's like literally the hardest thing in the whole entire universe. Like, how can anyone even, and are you teaching people to do that? Like, that would be impossible. I don't even know. That's just intimidating out the gate. So yeah, that's terrifying. Well, you look at how far your drawings come though. Like it's super cool.
Yeah, because it's only been 9-10 months, I think, since I've sort of like started properly.
That's awesome. You remind me of, I don't know if you saw my interview with Karen Richardson, which was just last week. I know you're super busy and you work and you do a lot of things, but I interviewed her. She's Australian. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And she also joined it was like the same exact time frame. Like she met me on YouTube and then joined the clubs, and she's been in them for 8 months. And she has a very similar story where she like had like really could do the basics very rudimentarily, and now her stuff is like kick ass. And I'm like, that's a really short amount of time. I think it took me longer than that. For sure it took me a few years. So you guys are killing
it's
it.
all thanks to you, though. All thanks to you, and you're very thorough. Making everything step by step. Making it very simple and accessible teaching methods. Well, it really is.
Thank you. It's been a super pleasure to watch your work grow and transform over the months. And thank you for being just a happy presence in the Facebook group and contributing. And I have your project in the hot dog packet, and it's just super cool to see all your awesomeness. So thank you for hanging out with me today.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been absolutely amazing. And I'm just blown away by everybody's comments as well. If I've not had a chance to answer things now, then I will get back to people if they have asked anything.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. And I leave everything up so you can come back to this and see the questions. And it also looks like Tara put the link to that Fix It and Forget It cheat sheet. Thank you, Tara, for doing that. So you guys can just click on that and it will, you put your email in and then it just kicks it right back to you. So it's a super easy way to get those. I'm just gonna scroll quickly back through the comments and just see if I missed any questions before we go. It looks like Ellen is also in the Wonder Bottle. She said, that's how I choose. You just choose what you're in the mood for, which is nice. And again, I can't thank Tara Salento enough for her idea for the visual index, because she is the single person that made that all possible. I know I've thanked her 8 million times, but honestly, I just take zero credit for that. Everybody loved your sunflower, which I totally agree. And actually, I think, yes.
So I did 2 sunflowers. So that was the first one. And then I put it in the group a few months ago. My friend who retired said that she wanted a picture doing after I did one for her husband. The prompt that I had for a husband was to combine an owl with tie-dye and skiing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you want me to do what now?
Okay.
So, I mean, I've only got this sort of image on my phone, so I don't know how well that sort of translates.
But oh my gosh.
Doing for her husband.
Right now. Oh my God, I bet. That's amazing.
So that was his. And then I said, what would you like for your retirement piece? And she just sort of said, I just love sunflowers. So, and she said that she quite liked the sunflower picture that I'd done before. So that was the one that I did for her to celebrate her working for the NHS for 12 years.
Amazing. Look at you go. Yeah, those sunflowers are so beautiful. That's so cool. That's great.
I think somebody had actually asked how I did the sunflowers.
Yes.
It was a little bit trial and error, if I'm honest with you. I literally just put the darkest sort of shade of paint as the base and then just worked to lighter. And then once I'd sealed everything, just went on top with pit pens. Mm-hmm. Just to get deeper shading.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Oh, look at all your fans. Now you have a whole group of super fans.
Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate that.
Well deserved. That's so awesome. That's really cool. I saw someone who was saying that my husband wants to make an Art Deco man. And actually, I have a whole book on Art Deco men. I don't know if you knew that. And I just want to show you one thing. It's behind me. Give me 2 seconds. So I'm bringing this up. It's sort of doubly relevant because it's male, it's Art Deco, but it's also a project that does dark skin tones. So this is in the How to Draw Art Deco book style number 2, but there is, this guy is so freaking hot. But it shows step-by-step how to do dark skin tone on a man. So it's kind of all the things we've been talking about, but it really does do step-by-step. And it's the same kind of thing that we did in this series for those that did. I know quite a few people did the dark skin tones where you do all the dark first and then you come lighter, which is the opposite of with little lighter skin tones when you start light and then you shade and add dark on top of it. So You can tell your husband you can do the project, but you need this book in order to do it. There's lots of dudes in there. Well, shameless plug, but that's not a very popular book, so I feel like it gets overlooked. But there's a lot of men in there, and men are just as sexy as the women are. So especially in that time period with their cool hats and everything. So you are welcome. You are very welcome. So, well, that was all my oh yeah, steampunk is coming, Deb. Thank you for that. Yes. So here, I'm just going to shout out what's coming up in all the clubs, because what's going to happen is that the doors are going to close tomorrow. And then on Monday, I'm going to have a bunch of mad people that they can't get in. So I'm going to go over this right now. This is the last chance to know. In the drawing club, I'm gonna zip them up really quickly, and Yvette, fill in any blanks in case I'm forgetting anything. In the drawing club, there is a curriculum. So if you are brand new and you've never drawn before and you can't draw a straight line, you can follow an order of lessons through 6 classrooms to get you up to speed. And then after you graduate from each one, you can go wherever you want in the club. There's like 20 bonus classrooms, and you can skip around and do figures or harder, more realistic faces or animals, or well, what else do we even do in there? There's fantasy, there's flowers. So there's lots of stuff to do. So that's the drawing club. In October, we're doing the entire Addams Family portrait just for shits and giggles and fun. And then coming up, I actually am going to return to figures, and I'm going to do some fashion illustration stuff, I think, coming up around this winter time. That's the drawing club. Did I forget anything? Do you have any? Yeah, no, that's pretty good summation. Mixed Media Society is, you can learn by medium. Same thing for beginners. There's introductory classes in acrylics, watercolors, encaustics, art journaling for beginners, fountain pennings, and one more that I'm forgetting. And then it's kind of the same thing. If you don't know where to start, you start there. And then after that, you can skip around and do whatever you like. And there's lots of same thing, animals, fantasy, things that you can choose from, lots of portraits. And then Celtic Collective is watercolor and drawing, and that's all fantasy fun. So we're going to do dragons in November. We're fairy obsessed. I know, I'm so psyched for the dragons. Not even funny. Things like this is coming up in our books. We have a lot of like fairy things. We do a lot of like botanicals. And that's taught with my friend Lucy, who is a really awesome watercolorist, even though she denies it emphatically. So everything is open right now at awesomeartschool.com. And yeah, till tomorrow. And then we're going to keep the party going in the Facebook group. And Yvette, you get a hoodie for coming on with me today.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And thank you for hanging out with me. I am going to be having the Boobie one being added too. I don't know if you can choose which one you want and let me know.
How about that? Touch my boobie.
You want? I know, right? I'm like, it's hilarious inside my. Well, that's like I'm wearing my like don't fuck with the fairies shirts, and then I wear it, and then I'm like, I actually can't wear that to the grocery store. Like with my children, my kids don't care. They swear worse than I do, but like I'm sure the poor cashier at the grocery store is going to be like, oh my gosh, who is this offensive woman? So certain things I don't wear out of the house, but I totally rock it when I'm in the comfort of my own home. So. Well, that's all I got. That's all I got. So, Tara and Jeanette and myself will be in the Facebook group answering questions, and everyone can email me if you have any more questions about anything. My email is Karen@awesomeartschool.com, and please email me rather than social media messaging, because those get lost, and my emails we check all day long. So. Thank you so much, Yvette. Have an awesome rest of your weekend, girlfriend, and keep up the great work.
And you too. And thank you so much again for having me. And thank you, everybody, again, for all the lovely comments that you've posted.
I know, it was so fun. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.